Hey everybody, welcome back to another edition of PD and P-Dubs Unscripted. Today we're talking about community connections, and we are so excited to share an awesome guest with you today. We welcome today Pastor Karl Fay from Prince of Peace Lutheran Church in Palatine. Welcome, Karl.
All right. Hey, everybody. Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, we're glad to have you to get to know you a little bit more and then share about what you're doing in the community.
Yeah,
For sure.
so for our listeners, the community connection is just an opportunity where we can share people who are actively out into our community, connecting their faith and providing opportunity for people to plug in, utilize their gifts, talents, abilities, skills to express their hearts through action out into our community and to share the love of Christ in what way that God has wired them. So we're really reaching to try and find all different ways of opportunity for people to reach out into our community. So today we're going to talk about how Karl is just so gifted in art, and he has developed a multi-generational community art show. And I just want to thank you for doing that because personally, as you know, my daughter Sydney participated last year, and she's been kind of like one of those, in the bedroom, behind closed doors artist, right? And so she'll make some things and she keeps it to herself and she'll put it up on her wall or on her. And so when I saw this last year, I'm like, Sid, you gotta connect with Pastor Fay, because like this is for you, and so she joined in. So
Beautiful. I love hearing more of that backstory, and I love the idea that we can kind of bring that out into the public for her to share her gifts.
yeah,
Super cool.
So she's kind of a a quieter person, not too like outgoing, but she has so much to offer. And this really kind of opened up a different avenue for her. So I'm like already after her. Like, you got to sign up. So
Yeah, because I think I saw that on your Facebook that you tagged his post, Pastor Karl's post, and saying, "Hey, Sid, you got to do this."
yeah, for sure. So before we get into all of that, Karl, we just would love to hear a little bit about yourself, your family, things you enjoy in life, how you got into art and like the talent and the gift that you have and how you use it. And then, what are things you love to do and a little bit about your ministry at Prince of Peace.
Yeah, totally. I'm Karl Fay. I'm the senior pastor of Prince of Peace. I've served there for now 9 years.
Wow.
At Prince of Peace. So really wonderful congregation to serve, and just thrilled to be there. Part of the interview process at Prince of Peace, which led me to go like, yes, this is my place, is I really got the strong sense they wanted to have a pastor that was creative and interested in the arts, and that's definitely part of my backstory. Art has been in my blood since like as early as I could hold a pencil or a crayon.
Oh, cool.
And it's really kind of the tangent way in which I entered into ministry. Being a pastor was not my earliest dream, but learning how to connect artistic gifts with sharing the good news of Jesus is so much a part of what led me into pastoral ministry. So now this is just an opportunity, this community art show, to take that to the community and basically go, why can't the church be an advocate for the arts and artistic expression?
Yeah, because I know that's not one of the gifts God has given me. Like, I've seen some of your sermons where you're painting and preaching at the same time. I was like, how does he do that?
I know. Yeah. And what a joy that is to like connect something that is in you that you can express through your creativity and through the arts, but also another thing that's in you is your love for Jesus, and like you combine those two loves, and it makes for an awesome package. And how God has like developed that is really remarkable, and so that's really great. So tell us a little bit about your family. You have a wonderful family of
So
a few children.
Indeed, we got a few. Married to Kendra for going on 17 years.
Wow,
and
fantastic.
We've got 4 kids. We just stepped into the teenage years. So daughter June is the oldest, just turned 13. Reuben is 11, Iris is 8, and Ezra is 6. And
Two boys, 2 girls.
So,
Then.
yep.
Very cool.
So just awesome stuff, and great to see their respective talents and personalities come out as they grow. So that's the family situation and everything, and we love this area. It's home in so many ways.
So I see that you and Kendra really foster a home environment that allows the kids to explore their own creativities and things, and what you share on Facebook.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, ready access to art supplies and space to explore all that is just kind of built into the way we're doing home. So we accept the challenge as parents of sort of channeling the chaos or beating back the chaos of having endless supplies of art supplies in the house.
Right.
But it's a joy to raise kids that love to be creative. So yeah.
And I've seen. Now I hope you don't think I'm stalking you, but I've seen where Karl will take one of his children to meet a friend. I don't know if it's annually, but it's usually somewhere downtown.
Yeah.
They'll go to the art museum or something, and I just think what a great example of a dad, just individually caring and loving for each child, and spending that parent-child time together. Got to be so valuable. Got to be rewarding. Bringing fruits of gold. For you and them. It's really cool. I just want to commend you for that.
Yeah. Thanks so much. Yeah, it's been a really great way to stay connected with a college roommate, and a great way to spend one-on-one time with the kids, which is obviously, an inherent challenge with 4 kids.
Yeah. So. Mine is going to the baseball game with my kids.
There you go. You got to have your thing, right?
That's right. We got to have our thing. And I remember one time my kids were going to school here, and I took my oldest Sam to a Cub game, and I pulled him out, 2 hours before school was ended, and I just felt like, ooh, boy, I hope nobody knows where we're going.
And now you're a pastor here?
Now I'm a pastor. I'm confessing my sins.
There you go.
You're forgiving my brother.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah.
I'm in good company, right?
You're forgiving my brother.
Thank you, man. Oh, phew. I've been carrying that for many years.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I just don't understand how you get that creative mind to do that. I know I see your word art where you draw a picture with all these words, and I couldn't even think of something like that.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, it's just in me from a long time. A lot of practice and momentum.
Yeah, for sure.
So
and I guess the key to that is creating space and margin. You use that term space, and it's probably more than just physical space, right? It is that having a defined space, but also space in your schedule, being very intentional about that kind of thing.
Kind of I think I've seen on your Facebook too, not that I'm stalking either, but that whole the rhythm of life thing, finding those rhythms in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely wellness and peace in its sort of biblical meaning, shalom, this wholeness, completeness to life has been a big deal over time. And so trying to create a structure that promotes or allows for wellness is kind of hand in hand with the artistic journey and a love of getting out into nature. That's all tied up together. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what's going on at Prince of Peace these days? What's new, fresh, exciting?
All kinds of things. So we got this art show that's coming back for a second year, and so that's a big thing in the new year. And so last year we did this show called Planting Hope, and it's what's unique about it is this it's a multi-generational community art show, and so a lot of times you'll have art shows or guilds that are oriented toward adults or professional artists or this kind of thing. And then conversely, you'll have shows or competitions for elementary age kids. or any respective age group in between.
Okay.
But to bring it all together under one roof in one show was a unique thing. And there was a church out of Kansas City that hosted something like this growing up.
Okay.
And I participated in that, and I went, what if now is a good time to bring that here? And so last year we did this Planting Hope show in the spring. As you said, your daughter participated, and it was just a beautiful thing. Like, artists aged 7 to 88 participated in the show, and people from all around the community. And it was especially gratifying to see on our kind of awards night, walk through, just artists interacting with one another, and just encouragement that took place in that, and enjoyment of the public as they're walking around seeing the art. So
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah, so multi-generational community art show, and second grade on up through adult is the framework for this, and we love to get entries from all over Chicagoland, 2D or 3D art.
Okay. That's what I wanted to get at.
If you're really into, drawing or painting or photography, you can certainly do that. If you're into ceramics or sculpture, or even you're like a ninja with Legos, you can totally submit your Lego creations to this show. All that kind of stuff.
So last year was more virtual, right? Like because of the pandemic and everything.
Yeah.
So is it kind of the same this year since we're still dealing with that, or is there a in-person component to this where people can view in person?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's the other part of this show that we've kind of started and will continue, but you can view the show in person May 1st through 20th.
Okay.
At the Prince Beast Gym. And we'll have a specific award night where we'll have everybody come through for a walkthrough on May 20th. But viewing times all through the month of May leading up to that. And then you can also see it remotely. So it'll be on Facebook and on our website kind of thing to be able to view that way as well. And we love that we can share it more broadly through the power of technology. So.
Yeah. So does that allow, I'm just interested in like the expanse of where people are located that come up to be a part of this. Is it just folks in the Palatine and near and around Palatine area, or have you had people from different states participate?
Generally right now, so last year we had a pretty heavy focus on reaching out to schools and art guilds and organizations in the northwest suburbs.
Okay.
And
great.
And and that's still pretty much our bread and butter, but we're open to more submissions around Chicagoland. And we'll see where future years go, whether we'll have more of an invitational or regional sort of effect. We'll see where God leads on that, right?
How many submissions did you guys have last year for this?
So last year we had 62 different entries and stuff. And
That's
Pretty amazing for a first go about with it.
Yeah, so it felt really good, and like I said, good range across across the ages.
What do you think,
and
Pastor?
stuff.
You want to get an entry in?
Can I draw
Get in on this action?
Can I draw stick figures? That's about the extent of my drawing abilities.
Well, when I was a kid, I loved paint by number, but that didn't go so well either.
I mean, Pastor Warren saw my attempt at our logo was just kind of stick figure lines here for the podcast.
Clever comics are welcome, so there you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Fantastic. I sometimes it's good to be an observer, right? Like,
Indeed. Being an appreciator of things that other people are doing. So that's also good.
Yeah, for sure. So I love that you're having the display out almost the whole month of May. That really just gives people a lot of time in our busy world to come and stop by and really take it in, like a gallery effect, like you were saying. And just to sit and interpret and just soak it in. I'm going to have to make my way over there and check it out. So,
come on over, brother.
man. So,
yeah, and like any other details, like when do submissions maybe even have to be in? Because I'm sure that's an important part too.
Yes, indeed. So submission deadline is April 20th. And so that's also the The drop-off period for artwork be April 20th to 24th. And so that'll give us time to kind of take inventory and take pictures for the virtual gallery and get it all arranged and displayed before the opening of the show. So,
Cool.
yeah.
And so you have a jury of people who are judging, right? So
Yeah.
how do you go about like getting people involved to be judges, and how many judges are there?
So we're still assembling the team of judges right now, but we're excited that we've got some local K-12 art educators involved in that process this year. And so just a really cool thing. And in tandem with it, there's this idea of community art show, but also juried competition. And so not only will you get feedback on your work, but as you submit to the show, we have some generous donors that make us giving cash prizes to top entries in each category a possibility. So, grades 2 through 4, top prizes of like $50 in a 2D or 3D category,
That's
and on
a big
up to
prize
adults
for
with
someone that age.
yeah, and on up to adults like $500 for a top entry.
Fantastic.
So yeah,
That's cool. Well, it makes sense to have people who are very gifted. This is part of their life, and they have this talent to really add credibility to and good feedback to the person who's providing this work.
absolutely.
I would imagine that really would spur someone on and feel like, wow, someone who is connected into the creative art world really gave me some good feedback that might encourage me to go farther with this.
Absolutely. I mean that's our hope is really being able to encourage artists in the use of their gifts, that they have valuable things to share.
Yeah.
And in turn, when artists share their stuff, like there's something incredibly healing and connective and inspiring about art. You can take difficult emotions and process them through the arts. And bring healing that way. You can take kind of, dreams and ideas to take us to higher places, and those can be conveyed so wonderfully through art as well. And so, this year our theme is Stronger Together. And so last year was Planting Hope, this year Stronger Together. And really just want to celebrate and elevate the power of personal connections and relationships.
Awesome.
Lately, it's been such a divided and lonely, isolating kind of time. And so to celebrate connection just seems like the right kind of stuff to
And
put
even
out
as
there.
you're talking about like the emotions, like, that vulnerability that the artist has, putting that big piece of work out there on their own and opening themselves up to that. That's a great emotion that they're showing, the vulnerability there.
100%. Great courage in putting yourself out there. So
Well, I'm so glad you talked about the healing aspect of art, and you touched on the time that we're in right now, and in the middle of this pandemic, and your name, Stronger Together, as you had mentioned, we have been so isolated, and with isolationism comes, fractured relationships or even internal feelings about oneself. So like emotional well-being has really been stretched, and so many are dealing with that through this time, and they're crying out for some healing. And I have personally seen in people that I care for how art is a very therapeutic effort to help someone display what's going on in their minds and their hearts without ever really being able to express it into words. But yet what they create on the paper or whatever is even more powerful than the words, And then you ask them, well, what does this mean? And so it becomes a healing tool for them to say it out loud. And I think I really credit you for that. Having that in mind, especially in this time, recognizing that there are people who are really struggling in that vein.
Yeah. I mean, I've experienced certainly the healing power of art, and I've witnessed that in others. And I think Yeah, again, what a great opportunity, and to invite the whole community into that process, all the better, right? So, yep.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What do you think, Pastor? Should we make a road trip over to Prince of Peace?
I think we should make a road trip.
Yeah.
Can we can you tag team and do like an artwork together? We could tag team something.
Ooh,
Yeah,
man.
collaborative entry.
work.
We did have collaborative work submitted last year, so there you go.
All right, let's get our ball of clay out. We'll do a 3D.
We'll probably need Jenny's guidance.
It is perhaps the best interpretation of the theme "Stronger Together"
There you go.
to actually have multiple.
See, you're onto
Artists in there.
something.
There
man.
we go, because I know you're a great artist, Pastor Warren.
Oh, yeah. No, not at all. Not at all. No. But, let's get a lump of clay, and it could be an abstract or an interpretive thing, and it can be whatever we want, and we'll get some wonderful feedback.
Could we do puppets?
Oh, hey, maybe,
Some live action artwork with puppets.
Ooh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, for sure.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. When you're ready to sign on, you go to read more and register at pop.church/art show.
Yeah,
And,
thank you for
so
sharing
I'll
that.
look forward to seeing your collaborative entry come in through there. All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
What did I sign us up for?
We got to stop talking like this.
It's been promised on air. I mean, I'm just saying. I'll hold you to it.
now the pressure is on.
Uh-oh. Like I
Holy
said, I can draw a
smokers.
mean stick figure.
Yeah. Well, Karl, it's been a delight to have you, and we really appreciate you coming in and sharing this time with us and with our listeners. Just providing this opportunity to our community, I think it's going to be really a great blessing to so many people.
Yeah.
I think it's a fantastic idea. I'm glad the good Lord just planted that in your mind and your heart, and that you were obedient to it and are making it happen. And second annual, I know the Lord's going to just pour out multiple blessings on this. So thank you so much for sharing, man.
Good stuff. Thanks for the opportunity to share and all the hospitality and laughs here.
Yeah.
guys.
So glad to have you join us here for our podcast.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, thanks everybody for joining us. We hope that this has been helpful for you. And Pastor Karl, could you say again how they can get connected into signing up for the Community Art Show?
Yeah. So if you're interested in participating in the second annual multi-generational community art show and juried competition at Prince of Peace in Palatine, you can go to pop.church/art show to read more and register.
Man, that is a mouthful when you were going through that name.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a lot there.
So thank you, Karl, and thank you, everybody, for listening, and see you next time.
Good stuff. Peace, fellas.